Hello, welcome to day 21 of starting new business, new tech business, a startup in Canada. And I'm a little sleepy. I've been talking to too many people today and just got time to make this video. And so I've been getting some momentum on the building the team front. But this video, I want to talk once again about YouTube. So it looks like my strategy of changing the niche back to Canada worked a little bit. Still too early to say, but I can see a rebound. So last few days, my views have been going like this, down, impressions and views. And since I changed since yesterday, it has once again gone up. And not just the impressions on this video came out to be good, but even in the last three videos when I changed the title, it seems like it's back up. So still too early to say, and you never know for sure, but I'm gonna keep the Canada thing for now and see what happens next. So I think since we are on the topic of YouTube, I want to give some information about YouTube that I have learned in the past. So in the past, I have created a channel, and I had grown a YouTube channel in the music space from less than 100 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers per day in a period of a year. And based on that, I formed some beliefs about YouTube, which I'm trying to implement this time also. So you can find the link of my previous channel in the description, so you can know that I'm not lying. So at the time when I started the YouTube channel, I did some research and I found, I think the guy's name was Casey Neistat. Now I know there's a guy who's Casey Neistat and pretty similar, but I don't know if this was the guy from whom I learned this tip. But the one major tip I learned was that more than the quality of production, what matters is the story that you're telling. So, and that was really relieving because as a starting out, so if you can see, my setup isn't too good, my camera quality isn't good, my room is too small, it's probably blurry, and also when I talk, I am not very clear always. But that was one of the reasons maybe a lot of other YouTubers, they try to record themselves in small portions and cut it out. Now I'm trying to avoid that because that takes a lot of time. So I'm not working very much on the quality of production, and the reason for that is because I cannot spend too much time on this YouTube. I just want to keep it as a side thing, and I want to focus more on the startup. So I think the tip number one that I got was that focus on the content that you are saying, that it has certain connect with the audience, and you can actually ignore some of the other things. Now, is it good idea to ignore other things? Really? I think no. If you can get your production quality good, then you can get more views. So for example, if your video was getting 100 views, it will get 200 views. If it was getting 10,000 views, it will get 20,000 views if you do a lot of these things correct, like good thumbnail, good production quality and everything. But at the same time, whether your YouTube video will really grow is not dependent on the quality of the production, it is dependent on the quality of the story. So for me, I think I'm just trying to build a foundation by having some subscribers and some views, and when I have the money to really invest some to get some person to create some of the thumbnails for me, or also to get a better equipment, I can do that. But for now, I'm fine with what I'm doing. And one of the theories that I've built on my own, I did not read it anywhere, but based on my own experience, I just got a very strong sense that to succeed in YouTube, they have to do two most important things. And number one is to select a niche, a right niche, and in some sense, like, which allows your content to be unique for a certain audience. So being unique for a certain audience is very, very important. That's number one thing. And the second thing is, when you are creating your content, it should be above average. So if someone by chance sees your video, he thinks it is good video. It doesn't have to be the best video, it doesn't have to be like mind-blowing, but it does need to have above average, that someone really likes it. So these two things are the foundation, and rest of all the things, the titles, the keywords, all of these things can give you a boost, also the production quality can give you a boost, but these are not the deciders of success or failure. So this is again this same strategy I'm trying to put on this channel, for example. So my content is unique for people who are trying to do business in Canada, and because there's no one else probably doing that, or very few, very few. And second is like what I'm saying is above average. I have bring, as an older guy, I bring a lot of life experience with me, and I'm able to put that experience into my presentation. And at the same time also the things I'm doing is itself valuable, because some of these things people can copy from what I did, who are doing their own startup in Canada or in general. Now a similar strategy I applied in my previous channel. So now the name of this channel is Erias, as you can see in the description. Probably also the name will change because YouTube allows us to change the channel name many times. But during that period of growth that I was talking about, 1 year period, the name of the channel was Singing Without Music, or Playback Singing Without Music. And the idea of that channel was, at that time, it was very unique. Nobody did that. But for me, I was creating a content for people who are trying to learn singing. And one of the things as singers at that time, it was around 3 or 4 5 years ago, people were very like spellbound, enamored by the way these playback singers used to sound, and they thought there's a huge gap. While a lot of that gap was created because of the software they used to enhance the voice, it's called mastering. So that mastering created really uplifted the voice, and the music uplifted the voice. And when we sing without music, without that software mastering, it doesn't sound as good. And so the idea of that channel was that I used to go to various interviews of playback singers, and I used to find 1 or 2 or 4 lines of their singing their hit songs, their popular songs, without music, without any software, just in a raw voice in front of the interviewer, and how they sound. And they sound pretty much, of course they sound very good, but they also sound, there was a touch of their voice which sound like us. And it was for the first time people were able to get that, like how they sound when they really sing without any software, without any music. And I just used to collect from all different singers and their hit songs, and that channel just grew and grew from 1 or 2 views a day to up to, I don't know, I don't remember exactly, but it got 30 million views in total. But I had to stop doing that because I started getting some copyright violations, and these violations were actually not created by the music companies. Music companies do not usually create these violations in India. They just monetize on your videos. But these violations were created by the people who were themselves who themselves copied the music companies or the live recordings, and or the people who copied their interview at some. But I pretty much believe that those copyrights will not be, violations will not be valid in court, or if we really take up the matter with YouTube. But who wants to spend so much time in convincing YouTube? Because YouTube is very quick. If you just get 3 strikes, it brings your channel down, and then you have to just work so hard to bring it, like to get your account. So basically it brings the channel down means it terminates the channel. So you lose everything in one go just with 3 strikes. And at that time we just received 2 strikes and just 1 more strike to go, and our channel entire effort for the entire year would have been gone. So I changed my strategy, and we were able to create success again with a different kind of content. But I will not go into that. What I wanted to say is, like, during this YouTube period, I was very particular about, again, I was doing a startup and I wanted to create a channel to promote our music products. And this channel I didn't want to spend a lot of time, so I was able to create this content with just half an hour of investment every day. And so this has always been my strategy, and I think this is very important for the new content creators to adopt this strategy of creating content quickly. Because if you can create content more quickly, then you can create more content, more videos, and you have more chances of finding the hit. So if you spend like full day to just create 1 video, instead of, if you can do 10 videos in that day, then there's more chance of discovering 1 hit in that day. And YouTube is all about creating these hits. So as you do more and more hits, you get more and more views. And actually, when you create continuous hits in 3 or 4 days continuously, like one day you create a hit, another day you create a hit, and 4 of your videos create hit like one after another, then YouTube gives more and more push to each of your videos. And if you just create one flop or another flop, and as the flops accumulate, YouTube actually brings your content down. It takes some time to bring your channel back up again. So just see some quick tips on YouTube. Take care.